Hello out there and welcome to English Teacher Play. So this is Nicolas Eymerich Demon Inquisitor or something, and it is an audio game. It's developed for people who are visually impaired. So you didn't hear it, but when we loaded up, it said the name of the game, and then it tells you what the buttons are on.
Tutorial.
See? So there we go.
Play.
So let's play the tutorial and see what it has to say. So there's going to be quite a lot of audio, I think. All right, are we going?
Play. Tutorial. Basic tutorial.
Oh, there we go. All right. So, spacebar is the button that we wanted.
Welcome to the Eymerich video game, The Demon. This accessible guide will help you understand how to move around in this role-playing adventure game.
Okay.
The game is divided into 3 main phases: exploration, dialogue, and battle. Everything works in well-identified turns, so do not rush and think well about the action you are about to take.
All right.
The entire game can be controlled mainly with the arrow keys to move and the space button to select or interact. The Alt key will activate the radar function for targets nearby and Control to inspect the inventory.
Repeat this tutorial.
Right.
Back to tutorial. Basic tutorial.
So why does that have? Why does that part of the tutorial have voice acting, but then the other part of it doesn't?
Exploration to dialogue tutorial. Dialogue.
Oh, battle.
And main menu.
All right, let's go to the main menu.
Main menu.
Let's just play. I think we'd probably be able to figure it out. We're just
Play
gonna.
menu. Choose new game.
Yep.
I want to start a new game.
I do. All right. Okay, so we can rotate.
Night has fallen on Calcares, with its shadows and its demons. It's time, but perhaps I should first review my notes and analyze all the events that have led me here.
Cool.
See notes for a summary of the story so far.
All right.
Anno Domini 1364. I have traveled to the village of Calcares at the request of Father Jean Vinet, prior of Carcassonne. Plague is rife in the village, unleashed by the forces of hell, which have taken the form of Demeter, the infernal charioteer accompanied by Diana and Medusa. The local parish priest has fled, barring the church. Even the Inquisitor sent to investigate before me, Father Jacinto Corona of Valladolid, in my old acquaintance, has not sent news for over a month. Go on.
Right. So that's very cool. So, given like just a little bit of prompting, I think that you would be able to play this without looking at it. Now, when I looked at the description, it said that it has visuals to augment the audio adventure, because the game is designed to be played, to be listened to for people who are visually impaired, and that's very cool. So we're going to keep going. Listen. We got more pages.
Strangely, this plague seems to only affect men, as though it were a misandrous punishment, while women suffer another scourge. There are rumors in the village about a ghost that makes fertile women pregnant with two-faced babies that then mysteriously disappear. The ghost's appearance, the arrival of the plague,
of course,
and the births of deformed infants all began with the summer solstice.
Right.
It is clear that all these phenomena share the same origin, but that origin is still unknown. Go on.
Go on, let's go.
I immediately noticed that some buildings in the village reveal signs of prosperity, uncharacteristic of a mountain village. The fact that Calcares does not have any kind of industry raises further suspicion. The Cistercians formerly managed the village and paid tribute owed to the lord out of their own pocket, handing them over to the bailiff. A noblewoman named Reinilde de Montfort acted as intermediary, but she vanished when the plague began. Her disappearance disrupted the shady network and the village fell into disrepair. Go on.
Okay, so there's tons of names and things there, and it's all sort of like coming to me, like very rapidly. But that's fine. It's kind of like an audiobook, but let's see what else we've got.
Cistercians previously hired mercenaries to quarantine the village. How the order could have such resources and the reason for such secrecy was a mystery to me. I therefore had to access the monastery. But first, I had to find Father Corona. For some time, Jacinto had been frequenting the tavern in the inn, focusing more on getting drunk than accomplishing his mission. I know Jacinto, and I know that such behavior is not in keeping with his character. Indeed, after I located him, Father Corona explained to me that drinking was the only way he could sleep without being besieged by horrific nightmares involving snakes and lewd visions. Go on. I brought Jacinto back to his senses, and, with his help, we purified the heretic village, setting it on fire, and then set off towards the monastery. When we reached the abbey gate, 3 women approached us. They were clearly followers of the new cult. Aided by the demon, they hoped to lead us astray with their woman's wiles. Go on.
Of course they did. Of course they did. Yeah.
But Jacinto and I turned these tricks against them, and they fell victim to their own deceptions. Before killing herself, one of them informed us that the way to the monastery will only be revealed by the Mother Goddess at nightfall. We returned to the inn to rest, waiting for nightfall, in order to finally face the demon.
Right, so...
Let's go meet him, and then set off.
Okay. Right, so we've done... Oh.
At your right, hook. An obstacle. At your right, hook. In front of you there is hook. Press space to interact.
Okay.
You found an alchemical manual. A dangerous text in the wrong hands. You found the hook that I extracted from the wall.
You found the hook that I extracted from the wall. I mean, it's just very...
An obstacle.
Right?
At your left, door.
Right.
In front of you there is door.
There is door. Cool. I love it.
At your left, door.
Right.
At your right, door.
Got it.
At your right, stairs.
At your right?
In front of you there is stairs.
Right.
An obstacle. A passage. Press to change map. In front of you there is
right, okay.
Stairs. Loading map.
Loading
Game
map.
saved.
I am inside the Inn Aurore.
Alright, so we're inside an inn now.
The tavern in the inn. A stinking pigsty only suitable for outcasts and drunkards. The innkeeper sent away the last patrons just after nightfall. Fortunately, he forgot to put out the fire, which is the only source of light.
Right? Oh, there's a person there.
In front of you there is Corona. Press space to interact.
Oh, it's Corona! It's a game about plague, and there's a Father Corona. Let's interact with Corona.
Jacinto, I hope you haven't begun drinking again in my absence.
Oh, no, Magister. Not a drop, I assure you.
Good, because we'll need all our wits about us tonight. Come on, it's time to head to the monastery.
Cool. Alright.
At your right, cupboard.
Let's interact with that
In front of
cupboard.
you there is cupboard.
Yeah.
Space to interact.
I'm doing it.
You found a small mortar, useful for cooks and alchemists.
That's me.
At your right, cupboard.
Okay.
At your right, cupboard.
Cupboard.
In front of you there is cupboard.
Yep.
Press space to interact. You found a candle tallow.
Cool.
At your left, cupboard.
What is that out there?
The fire is not completely extinguished. The embers beneath the ashes are still burning.
Alright.
Reignite. Take embers. Light candle. Put candle on the embers. Never mind.
Haha.
Reignite. Take embers. Light candle. It's dark, but I can see well enough. Reignite. Take embers. Ah, you can count on some people's stupidity. Reignite.
Get wrecked.
I'm not cold. Take put candle on the embers. The heat is melting the wax. I salvage the wick.
Okay, so now we have a wick. Great. I don't know what we're using the wick for, but we have it.
In front of you there is door.
Alright, let's go through the door.
A passage. Press to change map. Loading map.
Let's go.
Game saved.
I am on the road in front of the inn.
Alright.
The inn overlooks the main street of the village. There is a well in the center. Next to it, there is a cross on top of a column, as is customary in many other villages. The black brushwood that surrounds it is a sinister metaphor for the threat that the church is facing here.
Right. Man, I really, really, really like what this game's doing, and the visualizations are fine. The voice acting is pretty good. It was weird in the tutorial that it was that it was text-to-speech. That should definitely be replaced by an actual voice.
An obstacle.
Right, so that's not anything. Alright.
At your left, stone cross.
Yep.
In front of you there is
Stone cross. I want to interact with it.
At your right, stone cross.
Alright.
At your right, stone cross.
That is the only frustrating thing, is that, like, the audio files stop you from moving, so even if you know exactly where you want to go, you have to wait for it to say...
At your left, well with rope.
Right?
In front of you there is
Well with rope.
Press space to interact.
Got it.
You found a rope. Worn, but robust enough.
Robust enough for what?
At your left, well.
See, now that we've interacted with it, it should just stop
At your left,
doing that.
well.
That's just quality of life
In front
stuff.
of you there is exit.
Alright,
An
let's-
obstacle. A passage. Press to change map.
Alright, let's go. Next
Game
passage.
saved.
I am on the road that leads to the church.
Alright.
The
Ooh.
streets are deserted. The moonlight gives the houses a rather eerie atmosphere. The church's tall bell tower resembles a giant shrouded in darkness. The only other light comes from the peak on which the monastery stands, along with a small, flickering light from a house that is remarkably larger than the others.
You know what I'm going to try and do? Just because I want to see if it's possible, I'm going to try and play with my eyes closed. Because I think it's definitely possible, because that's the way that the thing is. I'm going to try and play.
In front of you there is
Uh-huh.
a small wedge.
So I've definitely got...
Space to interact.
Let's have the small wedge, I guess.
A small wedge.
Alright. I don't know which way I'm going. Nope. I don't know where I'm
An
going.
obstacle.
Okay. Can't see anything. Oh. Nope. I must be going backwards now. Man, this is really hard.
An obstacle.
Uh-huh. I feel like I'm just walking back and forth on the same path.
An obstacle.
Uh-huh.
An obstacle.
No, alright. I don't actually know where
An
I am.
obstacle.
Oh my god. Where are all the really helpful instructions? Okay. Nope, I can't go that way. What about that way?
An obstacle.
No. Oh my god, this
obstacle.
is terrible. I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, I'm gonna look. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Oh my god, this is really hard to figure out.
God tells me that I shouldn't go this way right now.
God, right. Okay. So I don't know where I've come from.
The wall of this house
This
is
is
covered
really
with
confusing with
strange
my
white
eyes closed.
crystals. It's
So maybe it's
saltpeter.
not-
Try to scrape a little off. Try to scrape a little off with the wedge.
There we go.
Perfect. I think that'll be enough. I don't think I need this wedge anymore.
Yep, so it's a classic
And
collectathon. Right. Alright, now we go this way. Maybe God won't tell me not to go this way this time. Right, here we go. That's nothing? Alright. So we're in some... I do like the sounds, but I think that it's like visually impaired rather than blind. Maybe I could play it with my glasses off. I don't know.
This symbol on the door. There's something very strange about it. Who does this house belong to? Jacinto? Can you knock it down? Jacinto, let's knock.
Yeah, let's knock.
Let me do the talking, Jacinto.
Yes, Magister.
Who are you? What do you want at this hour?
I am Father Eymerich of Jayanora, and this is Father Corona of Valladolid, Inquisitors. Are you the owner?
Yes, I am Augustina, daughter of Renilde and Famiano de Montfort, granddaughter of Brizio and Odelia de Montfort. Now, leave me alone!
We must first inspect your home.
Take one more step, and I'll slay you, priest.
Really now? Such behavior is ill-suited to a lady of your standing. Where is your husband?
Alright, so one criticism that I have, I really, really, really like the idea of the game. I like the game, and the voice acting is actually pretty good. But the problem is that the recording of the voice acting is bad. There's lots of peaks and crackles and pops, and Eymerich and this woman don't sound like they're in the same place because there's no sort of background. And in a game that's all about sound, I feel like they could do a little bit more to like put us in the place. Like, what does it sound like? Rooms are not silent. Outside of this house wouldn't be silent. You know what I mean? Give us some like background noise, and that will help to like unify the sound. But really, man, the voice acting needs to be professional. There needs to be not peaks. There needs to be not crackling and hissing and stuff like that, because then it is just a recording. I'm not in the moment. Like, it's very de-immersive to hear the hissing and crackling. Let's go look at the description, because I think we're about at that point, so let's go. All right, the Inquisitor is back. Nicolas Eymerich has returned for the final battle. The Plague, the Cursed Village, the Devil's Dark Plan is revealed in the final chapter of the Inquisitor's saga. An accessible audio game with engaging game mechanics and 8 different scenarios. It is cool. I like it. I like the fact that it exists. I like the premise. But really, yeah, like the voice acting needs to be done in a situation where it's not crackling, popping, and hissing. Yeah, you need to get people with professional equipment recording it. The voice acting, there's tons of voice actors. I do voice acting. If you need some voices, I'm happy to help you out. You may not want my voice because I don't have that same grisly after, I am a demon, that kind of voice. I don't have that voice. I have a noticeably high-pitched, fun voice, that makes lots of jokes and stuff. But I do have professional recording equipment, and would happily do some, like for your tutorial, instead of having to use text-to-speech, I could record your tutorial for you. That's the kind of stuff that I'm saying. Like, this is a game that I love it. I love the idea of it. I love the idea of giving visually impaired people the option to play the game. I don't think it works necessarily for blind people, because like I said, I was stuck in that little maze. I suppose I might figure it out, and I might have more patience if I were blind, but I don't have that blind patience. So you can play the demo, which is always cool, and the game itself costs $13.49. So they did a gameplay podcast. Okay, yeah. And there's an audio trailer. That's cool. So the trailer is audio and stuff as well. 8 different scenarios. You'll use the strength, spirit, and power of the faith. Dialogues that give you important clues or evidence of the heretic lie. Puzzles to solve with the ingenuity of divine intuition. An accessible audio game for visually impaired, enhanced with hand-drawn graphics, and also playable in video mode. It's cool. I like it. The length of the game is more than 12 hours. That's pretty rad. Yeah, like I said, I would prefer if the voice acting didn't crackle and pop. Otherwise, I would just be like, wow, this is amazing. That's my one criticism. And also, if you tell me that there's a well next to me, that's great. If I turn towards the well, you could say, yep, the well's now in front of you. And then once I've like accessed the well and gotten the thing from it, I don't know how easy this is to program, but like it doesn't need to stop me again when I walk past it. Oh, now there's a well to the left of you. I don't know. I don't know how easy that is, but like that is pretty frustrating having to hear the same bit over and over after I've already interacted with it and like gotten what I wanted from it. You know, like think of like point and click adventure games. Once you've clicked on something and gotten the information or whatever from it, often they will disable clicking on it unless like clicking on it is funny, you know, like stop clicking on me, that kind of stuff. So that would be my recommendations there. My two recommendations. So this is IV Productions. So Riot, Civil Unrest. I feel like we played that. Oh no, we didn't play that. Okay. They got VR Ping Pong Pro. They've got some sort of airplane game, Feudalism, which everyone didn't like. And then they've got The Demon, Nicolas Eymerich Inquisitor Audio Game. So, it says this is the third game, but then the developer doesn't have any of the other games. Okay, well, maybe it's in one of these other developers. Nope. Rising Pixel only has this one. What about this one? Nope, so this one's Audio Games. Developers called Audio Games. And so they're saying that they have, this is like the third saga or whatever, final chapter in the Inquisitor saga. So where are the other Inquisitor games? They're just not on Steam maybe. Let's look at them as a publisher. Nope, that same thing. Right. So I love the idea, I love the game. I just want the voice acting to not hiss, crackle, and pop, and I want some quality of life stuff when you're interacting with stuff. But other than that, it's very cool. Very, very cool. So, if you want to check out the Demon Nicolas Eymerich Inquisitor audio game, you can click on the link in the description and download the demo. It costs $13.49. It's on Steam. Other than that, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what games you're playing if you're in lockdown, or just tell me what games you're playing. And other than that, like and subscribe, that kind of stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Class dismissed.